Hi there, it's Tiffany from Daisy Farm Crafts, and today I'm going to do a tutorial for this little baby swing top I made for my little granddaughter. Super easy. This is a band of gingham stitch. We're going to make a long strip. You sew it together in the back and then just add ruffle, a lot of stitches on one end of it, and we come up with a skirt, and then come back to the top of that band and work some double crochets, 3 together, and then a row of single crochet, and add the little spaghetti straps. It was just super easy, super easy. So the colors that I've made, this are blush and sandstone and cotton. This was part of a curated box from Yarnspirations, but unfortunately it is sold out, and this color is really hard to get. But I need to make another one for the tutorial anyway for my other granddaughter. So I believe you still can get these colors. And this is feather gray. This is soft plum, and I'm still going to use cotton. So we're just going to make a little bit different colored swing top for my other grandbaby. So, okay, well, let's get started, and I will teach you how to do this griddle stitch gingham. Now, when you start the gingham section, you want to pick out and choose what I always consider the medium color. You don't want it, which would be the medium shade. See how we have a dark, a light, and then the color that I'm calling medium. That is used in every single row. So for this one, since they're really close, you can just kind of choose, but I'm going to make this one be the darker color, and this will be my medium, so this will be used in every row. For the actual top, I started with sandstone, which is the darker color, so I'm going to use that. And I'll start. So just in case you did get the box and you want to follow along. Okay, so you're either starting with sandstone or your other darker shade. We're going to chain 17. Now let's begin in the second chain from the hook with a single crochet. And in the next chain, we work a double crochet. This is what's called the griddle stitch, and we just alternate single and double. However, for this gingham, we are going to be changing colors every 4 stitches. So let's work one more single crochet and a double crochet, but I'm just going to have you stop after you pull through the first 2 stitches. And we will introduce our next color, which is the purple, soft plum. So I just pull through. I don't cut this tan color at all. I am going to make sure I leave that to the front of my work a little bit, so it's easy. In the next stitch, work under the chain and work underneath that carried yarn. So we are bringing this feather gray color along the row. Now double crochet. And usually this first row is just kind of the trickiest to get started. Single crochet into the next one. And here we are on our 4th stitch, so I'll yarn over, pull up a loop, and just work through the first 2. Now I'm leaving this purple color to the back of my work. I'll kind of give that a little tug, make sure it laid flat against the row. And let's start the next 4 stitches of the griddle stitch. Single, double, single, and double. I am stopping after I just work half of that double crochet. Make sure my beige color here is to the front. Pull through with the purple. Okay, we have 4 stitches left. Single, double, single, now on this very last stitch of the row, you can go ahead and finish that double crochet. So here we go. You should have 4 little blocks of color. And if you want to measure, this is about 3 inches. Now chain 1 and turn. And also make sure that this gray tail, the yarn we've been crocheting over, wrap it around the side of your work because we still need to crochet over it. So it'll just kind of come around, be on the back. Now work right into the top of that last double crochet of the row. Underneath the carried yarn, we will make our first single crochet. So we still repeat the pattern, single, double, but if you'll notice, the double crochets are worked into the singles and the singles into the doubles. Kind of helps you keep it straight. So here's a single. We're always changing color on the double crochet. Pull through 2, I'm leaving my yarn to the back. This helps the yarn from getting twisted. Pull through. Matching up the colors here. Beige yarn forward. Pull through with the purple. Work single crochet into the double crochet. Double into the single. Keeping 1 to the back, this purple to the back of our work before you pull through with the next color. Okay, here's our last 4, and our little squares are going to be just 2 rows, 4 stitches by 2 rows high. So on this one, since we are using we've decided to use the purple in every row, we're going to first pull through with purple, chain 1 and turn. This time we'll leave this, we won't cut this, but we are going to leave it behind because we're going to be introducing in the cotton color, the cream. So let's just work these first 4 stitches in purple. And if you were using the sandstone in the blush, you would be dropping the sandstone, and this purple would be the blush color, the peach color. Cream would still be cream. Here we go. Let's just simply lay the cream color over your hook and pull through. Kind of like tighten down that, leave the tail to one side. Now we're going to be crocheting over the purple color. Start with our single, then our double, single, and double. Now I'm going to leave the cream color to the front. It doesn't really matter, but since the purple was in the back already over here, we'll keep doing purple in the back. You just want to make sure that the two strands are separate from each other. One in the front, one in the back. Again, we're still just changing color in that last double crochet, pulling through on the last step of the stitch. And now we're finishing these last 4 stitches with cream. And same as before, we'll just chain 1 and turn, but also going to still continue to bring that purple with us. So we'll slide it around to the side and crochet around it on the back. So it's there. It kind of goes up the side and around. So now we've done our 2 rows. It's time to switch back to the beige and the purple. So we will still not cut the cream, but our beige color should be down here, a row. So just drop the cream for now, don't cut it. Reach down, find your beige, and pull through up the side. This will all get covered by all the stitches that we're going to do for the skirt. And it just saves you from weaving in an incredible amount of ends. So we're just going to carry that yarn up the side. Okay, however, we want to still use the purple when we get over here. So wrap your purple around the end. Bring that with you. And so it'll be ready for us in the next block. We never cut the purple at all, and remember, we're always using it in every row. That would be the same as the blush in the other color scheme that I did. So pull through with purple. So there's one more technique that I want you to be aware of is when we are reaching down and working with the cream color again, we actually, so we need to go, you know, the beige, purple, beige, it's time for purple, but we need to use the cream over here. So what we do is still pull through with the purple, because that will be next, and reach down and bring the cream, still bring the cream along with you. So it has a little bit more of a reach than you might be expecting. So I'm going to work with the purple, but go ahead and make sure that you've grabbed and you're working over the cream. So it has come up the side, and now we'll be working along the row. And like I said, that will all be covered up by all the skirt portion and the top portion. Everything, all that you see on the side. Okay, so now that we have it, our purple stays to the back. Here's our cream that we have brought up the side and across that first row, the first 4 stitches. Okay, so that is the gingham band portion. I am making this 20 inches long. That is for like a size 24 months. I have a size chart in the pattern for this on my website, but also you could just take a chest measurement of your little one and add about 1 inch. And that's about how long you want to make it. Everything else is going to be basic. It doesn't really depend on numbers. You just want to make sure you have enough width through the chest portion. And then I think the straps are going to be long. And then if you want to make the skirt longer, which I might do for this one, because this one is for my little baby Nora, who is only 5 months old, and I'm thinking of making hers more like a dress instead of a swing top. So you can definitely make the length of this as whatever you want it to be. So, okay, so this is our gingham portion that we're getting going. Griddle stitch gingham. My little strip here is measuring 20 inches, about, maybe just a touch over. It is, I counted, and I've got 34 little squares this way. I believe that would probably be 68 rows. One thing, if you're modifying and making a different size, I did end with the opposite, like I ended with a purple and a cream, since I started the row with the purple and the beige. So that way the gingham pattern still matches up when we are sewing this together right here, because that's our next step. We're going to be sewing this into, so this is just the bodice portion, and then we'll start working on the skirt. Now, this is what it looks like when you carried the yarn up the side. See how I've got all of these little yarns that just saved me from weaving in. Obviously, I still have many to weave in. Let me tie this off. And I'll show you how I'm gonna sew it together. I'm sewing these, the end together to make it a tube. And I'm just working my tapestry needle under the 2 loops on one side, and then working my tapestry needle underneath the starting chain, and just matching up that the 4 stitches of color are corresponding to the 4 over here, even though I know it's a purple thread, but it'll make it look somewhat nice and neat as this becomes the back of the dress or top, whichever one you want to make. Let's pull up a loop, anywhere to the around where that seam is, and chain 1. And our goal is to work 5 single crochets per each color block. So what I'm going to do is work 2 single crochets at the end of one row and then 3 single crochets at the end of another, so that there's 5 single crochets per each color. Okay, so however best you can do that. Here's 2 that's kind of counting for the brown color, and then I'll go over here and put 3. I think this makes it look nice and neat, and also it is covering up those carried ends. So that's the side that we're working on. All right, so work that all the way around. At the end of the round, slip stitch to the very first single crochet that we made, and then chain 2, and we do not turn. We don't turn any of the rounds. So this, hopefully you've got, this is enough little single crochets that it kind of gives it a little ruffly appearance, and that will help ruffle our skirt. So now all we need to do is work 1 double crochet into the same stitch that we joined. So basically at the base of that chain 2, make sure you get it in there, and then 1 double crochet into each of the single crochets. And I'll be working 1 double crochet all the way around, and then I'll come and show you how to join the round, and we'll work the next row of single crochet. So I have finished the round of double crochet. Here, this is what it's looking like. Nice little ruffles. And I worked right up to the last stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the double crochet over here, the first double crochet of the round. Slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet into that very same stitch that we just joined to. And now this is the round of single crochets. So if you're having a hard time seeing what the first stitch of the row is, then I recommend that you grab a stitch marker and just place it into the top of the single crochet that you just made, and then you'll know that is where you're going to want to slip stitch these. And you stop short, and actually you could mark the last double crochet of the round that you make if you're confused about what the last double crochet is. But there's a slip stitch and a chain 1 in between the last stitch and the first stitch. So now it's a round of single crochet, join, then it's a round of double crochet. We're alternating single and double. So you will work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of double crochet and finish with 1 round of single crochet. This makes the skirt about 5 inches long. If you want this to be a longer top, obviously keep going. If you want it to be a little dress, keep going and make it the length that you need. But for the little top, I did 5 inches. Okay, so finish that, and then all we have left to do is to come back and work the 3 double crochets per end of the row, if you can see that. And then we join, and then I did a round of single crochet, stopping This is like 5 inches across here and 5 inches across here, so I marked that. And so we stop, we chain, make a long strap, slip stitch back down and go around. So it's really, really simple. But we'll do that part next. I'm gonna go and get the skirt underway. So I've been working on the skirt, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you, take a little break here and just let's get the top figure finished off. So what I do is I look for where the seam is, and where did I sew it together? Okay, I did such a good job, I didn't even notice where it was. So I'm going to come to the middle of this purple block of color right in there. This is where we're going to place 3 double crochets in between each block of color, or in between those rows. So go ahead and chain 2 just to get us started and work. I went ahead and worked my 3. I kind of ignored the chain. It looked better to me to just go ahead and do the 3 double crochets. So I'm going to skip a row. I'm going to skip this row, come over here. Like I say, work. It's kind of like find a spot that's in between. It's actually at the end of that row. But I am trying to line it up so it looks centered. So work 3 double crochets around this top edge in that manner. Skip, 3 double crochets. When you've worked all the way around like that, just join to the top of the first double crochet that you made with a slip stitch. Go ahead and chain 1. We're not going to turn, but here's where you're going to need some stitch markers, and it's easier to just place them ahead of time, and so that we know where we're going to make the straps. So basically you need about 5 inches across the back and 5 inches across the front for this 2T size, kind of the 24-month size. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clusters. So that's where I'm going to place my stitch markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to put it right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. And then I'm going to make sure I've got the exact same number underneath the armholes, and I'll place them on the other side in the exact same spot, just so that we're very even. And that's where we're going to do the straps. So now that you have your 4 stitch markers placed, go ahead and work single crochet into each double crochet up to that marked stitch. So I'm working 1 single crochet, and then I am chaining about 11 inches, or I think it was about 60 chains or so. let's see, I have about 56 chains right now. Let's see how long that was. You just want it like 11 inches. Yeah, that's 11 inches. So 56 chains. 11 or 12 inches is fine. You don't want them too long. And then just work slip stitch into each chain. Back down. And then you're going to, I went ahead and slip stitch right to where that single crochet was and then begin single crocheting around again. I believe I did that, yeah. And do the exact same thing in every marked space. And when you get back here, work your single crochet, join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch, and then you'll tie off. And you will have your darling little swing top or dress, whichever one you decide to do, and you're done. So just a simple little fun project to make. So cute. It looked so cute on baby Kate. So I can't wait to see what this looks like on Nora. I love the softer colors. So anyway, I think it'll just be, I'm probably going to make it just a little bit longer for her. She's a bigger baby around. She's a little chunk, but I'm going to, so that's why I was thinking just make it a little bit longer and make it a dress for her. So anyway, I hope you have so much fun making this crochet swing top. Come show us in the Daisy Farm Crafter group. We'd love to see what colors you make this. So many different options. You know, you could even do just checkerboard and just do one of the colors with white, or not even do a checkerboard pattern. You could just have this be the griddle stitch, all solid. It'd be just as beautiful. So anyway, thanks you guys so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Yeah.